Hi, this is Vijay Kumar with Vijay's Programming YouTube channel and welcome to this Angular tutorial. Outcomes by the end of this tutorial. What you will be learning or what you will be capable of by the end of this tutorial. First of all, you can able to create new Angular app for the development. Second one, you will get to know the purpose of important files and folders of our newly created Angular app. Third one, you will understand the default structure of an Angular app and you will see how an Angular app is organized. Fourth one, you will get an idea about components and modules. Fifth one, you can able to run the Angular app and see the result in a browser. First, I will be creating a new folder for our project. Right click, highlight new, select folder. Give the name as hello dash world. Press enter. So this is the name of our app. Go inside the newly created project folder. Copy the path of this project folder. Now open command prompt. If you have not already pinned it to the taskbar, you need to click on this Windows icon, start to type CMD. It will be showing the start menu entry of the command prompt application. Below that, we have options. You need to select into the taskbar option. Now we can able to launch the command prompt from the taskbar itself. Launch the command prompt, type cd. cd stands for change directory. We need to change the directory to the project folder. Give a space and press Ctrl V. This is the project folder path. If you are using Windows 7, you need to explicitly right click and choose the option paste. Press enter. We are not still in the project folder path. For that, just give the name of the drive that you have created your project folder. In my case, that is F drive. I'm giving F and colon. Press enter and now we are in the project folder. Now it's time to create a new Angular app. ng space new space the name of the app. I'm giving name as hello hyphen or dash world. I'm giving the app name same as the project folder name. Now, what is this ng? When we install Angular CLI, we get ng as well. Ng is the part of Angular CLI package that we have installed in the previous tutorial. By using ng, we can run the app, we can create the app like that, we can perform some tasks. Now, this is the syntax to create a new Angular app. Ng space new space the name of the app. That is, in our case, hello-world. Press enter. It is asking that would you like to add Angular routing? Press N. As a beginner, we don't need this Angular routing as of now. So just press N and press enter. Now it is asking for the style. By default, it is CSS. And we are going to use the same CSS. There are other options listed as well, but as of now, we are going with CSS itself. So press enter without changing anything. It will take few minutes to install the packages and to finish this app creation process. So please be patient while this finishes. One important thing you need to remember is you need to have good speed internet connection. Why? Because while creating app, Angular will be downloading all the dependencies from the internet. If your internet connection is slow, it will be taking too long to create an app, or in some cases, you will be getting error, or you'll be facing some problems while creating app. So it is highly recommended to have a good speed internet connection while creating Angular app. Our hello-world app successfully created. Go inside the app hello-world that we have just created. By default, so many folders and files will be created by Angular. We get all the default configuration files, also called as dependencies, to get started with an Angular project. Files at the top level of SRC. Go inside the SRC folder. The files available inside SRC support testing and running our application. Subfolders contain the application source and application specific configuration. Now we will walk through the files and folders that are available inside SRC directory. The purpose of app folder is it contains the component files in which our application logic and data are defined. Purpose of assets folder. It is used for image and other asset files to be copied as is when we build our application. Purpose of environments folder. This folder contains build configuration options for particular target environments. By default, there is an unnamed standard development environment and a production environment. We can define additional target environment configurations. What is the purpose of favicon file with the extension .ico? This file will be used for this application as icon in the bookmarks bar. If the page was bookmarked, next, what is the purpose of index.html? This is the main HTML web page when the user visits our website. We don't need to add any script or link tags here manually. The CLI, the Angular CLI automatically adds all JavaScript and CSS files when building the application for our development. What is the purpose of main file with the extension .ts? TS stands for TypeScript. This is the TypeScript file. This is the main entry point for our application. By default, application compiles with the JIT compiler, just-in-time compiler, and bootstraps the application's root module, that is app module, to run in the browser. But instead of JIT compiler, we can also use the AOT compiler without any changes in the code. When we are running, we should use by the meta flag $AOT that we will see while running this application. Next, what is the purpose of polyfills.ts file? This file provides polyfill scripts for browser support, basically to provide modern functionality in the older browser. Next, what is the purpose of styles.sass? This file will be used to listing the styles that are used for styles for the project. Next, what is the use of test.ts? It is the main entry point for unit tests. Now we have an idea about the files and folders that are available inside the SRC directory. Go inside the app folder that is available inside the src directory. This app folder contains projects, logic, and data, and as well Angular components, templates, and styles. Now we will see the files that are available inside app folder. The very first file, it is app.component.css file. This is the CSS file. Next, we have app.component.html file. Third file, that is app.component.spec.ts. This is the TypeScript file. Next, we have app.component.ts file. At last, we have app.module.ts file. Totally, we have 5 files here. First, we will get an idea about what is this app.component.ts file. Open this file with any of the text editor you have installed in your system. In my case, I'll be opening with Edit Plus. Right click, open with Edit Plus. So this file defines the logic for the app's root component, that is app component. This file defines the logic for the app's root component. It is the root component, app component. We can consider this as the root component, and this is the root component for our application. Next, what is this app.component.html? Open this file with any of your text editor. So this file defines HTML template that is associated with root component, that is app component. So many content. So this HTML file, it is the template that is associated with root component. What is the root component as of now for our application, that is app component? Next file, that is app.component.css. Open this file with any of the text editor. Here you can see that there is no styles defined. So this app.component.css defines style sheet for the root component, that is app component. Next, we have app.component.spec.ts. Open this file. We can see a lot of content. So this file, it is for unit test for the root component. Next, we have app.module.ts file. Open that file. As you can see, we have some content here. What is the purpose of this app.module.ts? It defines the root module. In our case, that is app module. That is the root module. instructing how to assemble the application. Initially, only the app component declared. Okay, as you can see, initially only the app component it is declared. As we add more components to the app, they must be declared here. What is an Angular component? Components are the basic building blocks of an Angular application. In the first version of Angular, that is Angular JS, it is using MVC based architecture, that is model view controller based architecture. But from Angular 2, it is using component based architecture. Next, components are defined using the component. A component has a selector, template, style, and other properties, also called as parameters. Next, these are some kind of metadata to process the component. Selector, template, style. These are some kind of metadata to process the component. Now we will analyze some more things inside the app.component.ts file. Open this file with any of your favorite text editor. I'll be opening it with Edit Plus. As you can see, we have some content inside this file. This whole file, that is app.component.ts, can be selected by this selector. This whole file, app.component.ts file, can be referred by a selector. So what is the value that is inside a single quote? We are providing app-root. This is the value. Now observe, I'm selecting some content here. Whatever I have selected, the selected content is an object with key value pairs, also called as parameters. By using comma as a separator, we can have other properties too. All the keys are fixed. Selector is a key, template URL is a key, style URLs is a key. All the keys are fixed. That is, we cannot have our own keys. This object contains three attributes, also called as parameter values. This object, this whole content, we are considering it as an object. And this object contains three attribute values that is encapsulated as an object. So this object supplied as an argument to the component. This object is supplied as an argument to the component. Component is predefined in Angular, and we need to import it from the module. Component is predefined in Angular, and we need to import it from the module. What is that module? It is @Angular/core. This is the module @Angular/core. From this module, we need to import this. To use it in our file, that is app.component.ts, we need to import this from the particular module. How we can import? That is to keep the import statement. By keeping the import statement, import within the curly bracket component from this module angular slash core @angular slash core. It is similar to Java. In Java also, if we want to use some of the functionalities of that particular class, we need to import that class from that particular package. It is similar to Java imports. Now, @component is an annotation in Angular. @component is an annotation in Angular to work with components. And it is also called as decorator. And it is also called as decorator. This provides some kind of meta information about the component. This provides some kind of meta information about the component. In fact, all the component classes should have @component decorated on top of it. By default, the selector set to app-root. By default, selector having the value app-root. When Angular encounters a HTML tag like app-root, let me show that. So it is like this. An HTML tag like this. Okay. When Angular encounters tag like this, it will use an instance of app component class to take the control. Please make sure that you remove this code. For demonstration purpose, I have kept this code, that is opening tag and closing tag, inside this app.component.ts. You should remove this and press Ctrl S. Otherwise, you will be getting error. Please remove that tags. What is a module in Angular? In Angular, a module is a structure, or it is a mechanism to group components, directives and services that are related to each other, so that it can be combined with other modules to create an application. Angular has its own modularity system called ng modules that we will see in a moment. Third point here, it is every Angular app has at least one ng module class. Fourth one, the root module, which conventionally named app module and resides in app.module.ts file. We launch our app by bootstrapping the root ng module. Now, what is bootstrapping? In general, bootstrapping usually refers to a self-starting process that is supposed to proceed without external input. In general, bootstrapping usually refers to a self-starting process that is supposed to proceed without external input. Let us analyze app.module.ts file. Open app.module.ts file with any of the text editor. As you can see, we have some contents in the app.module.ts file. Please observe export class app module. App module class decorated with one decorator. App module class decorated with one decorator @ng module. It is the syntax of a decorator. Every module class should be decorated with ng module decorator. Every module class should be decorated with ng module decorator. We can specify any number of components inside a module. Here we have this app component. By using comma as a separator, we can give some more component classes. By default, app component is there. A module can have any number of component classes. A module can have any number of component classes. To use the app component, it should be imported. We cannot directly use this app component. It should be imported. It is already imported by using this import statement. Dot represents current directory. In the current directory, we have this file called app.component. And the same we are importing in this file. What about browser module and ng module? Browser module and ng module both are predefined in Angular. We need to import it from the particular location. Already the statements available. As you can see, both the modules, ng module and browser module, already imported from a particular location. These two are the import statements to import ng module and browser module. One more thing we need to observe here. Before the class, we have kept this export. It is like a keyword. We have kept this export. What is the usage of this export? If I keep the export before class, that class can be used in another TypeScript file. In fact, only export classes can be used in another TypeScript file. In order to use this class app module in another TypeScript file, we should export it. We should keep this export before the class. Now it's time to run the project that we have just created and analyzed. Now, please carefully observe to avoid the confusions. As of now, we are inside the app folder. Go back by using the back button. Once again, press back button. And now we are in the project's root folder, where you can see .git folder, e2e folder, node underscore modules folder, src folder. This is the folder location from which we need to trigger the command to run our Angular app. Now, copy the path of the project's root folder. I'm just copying the path. Now, open command prompt. Type cd. cd stands for change directory. Give one space. Paste the path that we have just copied. If you are using Windows 7, you need to right click and choose paste option. I'm just pressing enter. We are still not in the projects folder. What we need to do is, in which drive you have created your projects folder, you need to give that drive name along with colon. You need to give the drive name. In my case, that is F drive. I'm giving F. Following, I'm giving colon. Press enter. Now we are in the projects root folder. From this very location, we need to trigger the command to run our Angular app. By using ng-serve command, we can able to run our Angular app. It is the simplest command to run Angular app. Angular will use the port number 4200 and it will run our application. By default, Angular will be using 4200 port number. As you can see, our project is successfully built and compiled. The next thing what we need to do is we need to go to this path to see that our app is up and running. Copy the path, whatever I have selected here. Please copy that path, open your default browser. You can use any of the browser. In my case, I'm using Google Chrome. Just paste the path you have just copied. I'm pasting the path in the URL section. After pasting that path, press enter. And now you can see our Hello World app is running successfully. Congratulations. Now we will consider another scenario. Before that, stop the currently running app by using Ctrl C. Press Y, press enter. By default, Angular is using 4200 port number. What if any other service is already using this 4200 port number? In that case, we cannot run the two services in the same port number. There is a way to resolve this issue, that is by using meta flag provided by the Angular while triggering ng-serve command. How we can use that? ng-serve space, what is the meta flag name? That is port double hyphen port space the number of the port. In my case, I'll be giving 9000. This is the port number I wanted to use for this app. Just press enter. It will take few seconds or few minutes to build and compile the project, and at last port number 9000 will be used to run our app. As you can see here, port number 9000 is used. You can see the result by pasting this path in the browser. Copy the path and open your browser. In the URL section, paste the path that you have just copied. Press enter. As you can see, our app is up and running successfully. Now we will see another meta flag usage along with the ng-serve command. Before that, we need to stop the currently running app by pressing Ctrl C. For the message we are getting, we need to press Y. If you press enter, it will terminate the currently running app. What is the new meta flag that we are going to use along with the ngserve command? ngserve, I'll use port meta flag as well. I will use 8000 port number space. We are using open meta flag double hyphen open. What it will do is it will open your default web browser. It will open a new tab in your default web browser, and there we can see our app is running. Press enter to trigger this command. It will take few seconds to compile and build the app. As you can see, after successfully compiled and building the app, in the default browser, a new tab is opened, and there we can see our app is running. This HTML content is already set as default placeholder at the initial stage, that is, when the project has been newly created. So, where we can find this HTML content that is already set as default placeholder at the initial stage? Go to the project folder in the Windows File Explorer. Go inside src folder. Go inside app folder. Here you can find app.component.html. Right click on that file and open it with any of the text editor. As you can see, it is the HTML content that is already set as default placeholder at the initial stage. So we can actually delete this content and we can have our own content. Okay, let us remove all the contents that are available inside app.component.html file. Press Ctrl A and remove all the contents and give your own content. In my case, I'll be giving Angular is a powerful framework. Save it and go to the command prompt. Press enter to trigger this command. As you can see, instead of default HTML content, we are getting our own content instead. Congratulations, your first Angular app is up and running. Okay guys, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.